Last time on The Ties That Bind, the refugee bugbears' impatience grew too much to bear as they abandoned Giblink and the remaining goblins to seek out the rest of their tribe, who appeared to follow a mysterious drow to the east. Faced with the limited time and few options, Wolfgang, Denier, Osmo, and T-Wig sought shelter for those remaining in the heart of the Hexwood with their old friend, the hermit hag Maggie. She offered to show them a cave near the edge of her territory, but found it sealed by the order of Fleetfoot, the god of nature. The pleading of our heroes to gain passage seemed to move the deity, however, as the roots blocking the path began to give way to a musty cave. Inside, they found bones of wayward bugbears, goblins, and duergar, perhaps seeking to flee the purge of Darklaunch. These creatures found their way here to meet their end to a terrifying yet familiar monster. A fleshy, pale-eyed demon beast Wolfgang, Asmo, and Denier had faced in their adventures to the north. Our heroes dispatched the beast only to make another terrifying discovery. Down a newly torn fissure in the cave wall, the thundering feet and roars of beasts bellowed. Dozens of these demons sought freedom of the outside world and were only stopped by an abrupt cave-in caused by a calamitous tremor. Once outside, all eyes only glanced southward at a massive bright light shone from the summit of Platinum Peak as the ground shook. The Klaxian roar of a dragon could be heard as the massive frame of a golden worm nearly eclipsed the moon in its mad flight to the south. With more pressing matters awaiting them, our heroes proceeded southward as Maggie agreed to help the goblins build a new shelter in her grove. Dragon's Rest was anything but restful upon their return, as panicked citizens clamored about the streets looking for answers, but none were forthcoming. After reporting to Venariel, Wolfgang and T-Wig returned to Wolfgang's estate, as Asmo and Denier returned to their homes. But Asmo found himself with company. The red eyes of Dragon's Rest's vigilante, the Wraith, glared at him. "I need your help." Asmo, you stand face to face with the Wraith, who has presented himself as Garrick. Of course, you knew this.
Totally. What do you mean? What do you mean the underground's moving? In what way?
Look, the five families they're trying to take advantage of the chaos, but they slipped. Some information, we were able to gather it through the cracks. It fell through. So we're putting together a massive raid in the warehouse district. And rumor has it. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Are they aware? Are the families aware of what's coming their way? They own some of the police.
Yeah, I know, but we've been trying to keep it as hush-hush. Putting together a small crew on this one. Look, I need your help. The Wraith needs to be there.
Oh.
And the Wraith can't be me.
I hear you. Alrighty. Guess I got no choice. Therefore, someone can always say, "Hey, have you ever noticed how Garrick and the Wraith are never in the same place at the same time? But if I'm wearing this..."
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, my commanding officer, he's grown a little suspicious of me. I probably slipped up once or twice.
One or too many coincidences.
It's hard working nights and days.
When do you sleep?
I find time, kind of. Some days.
Alrighty then.
Also,
It's a deal.
That's great, because you might find this interesting. Rumor has it that this operation we're busting up is going to be overseen by one of the shadows of the Deadeyes. It might be the one you're looking for.
Asmo just smiles, as big as a snake can smile.
I thought you'd like that.
Now, out of character, the shadows, I'm guessing, are the higher ups.
Yeah, they're kind of the lieutenants of the organization.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to write that down 1 second. Right. Shadows. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Could just be. Or at least you'll know where he is, nonetheless. So what's the play? What do you need me to
Well-
do? Bust in there in the middle, before, or after? I'm guessing
When-
not after.
When you show up is up to you, but I think we're gonna need your help if one of the shadows is there. My crew, they're experienced, but they aren't exactly trained fighters. Hopefully this will give you a bit of an edge. It should make you a lot harder to hit at the very least.
Okay,
Now-
then.
I must ask one favor. Thus far, the Wraith hasn't killed anybody, and I needed to stick to that.
I can't kill.
I know
Osman just
you
makes a
have-
face.
I don't ask this lightly.
I know, deal. It's a deal. However, if it's who I'm looking for, I'll kill him somewhere else.
That's up to you. Here, these'll help you. I know you only carry sharp things on you. And he hands forward basically what look to be 2 black batons. They have some like runes etched in them.
These are beat sticks.
They're special tonfa. Some of the martial artists up at the peak, they train with these.
Osman just kind of like works with them in his hands.
Alrighty. Stab and smack. Alrighty. Not bad. Good weight.
The items he has handed you include the Wraith's cowl, which is an activation. It cannot be activated in direct sunlight. It
Okay.
can be activated for up to 2 hours a day. And when it activates, a billow of black, viscous smoke seeps out around you, and 2 glowing red eyes illuminate. It gives all those attacking you disadvantage to attack.
Sorry, you cut out a little bit on my end. Disadvantage on.
It gives all those attacking you disadvantage to attack.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is powerful. Okay.
Also, it has the benefit of giving you +5 to stealth as long as you're in the dark.
Okay.
And the eyes have an enchantment, essentially the eyes of intimidation. They give you basically a one cast of the what is it? Fear spell.
Okay. I got a big smile on my face because I'm like, he's cool. I like.
Yeah, try not to use all of it in one place. Raid's going down tomorrow. And he slides you a small map. Like a folded piece of paper, has a map on it.
Okay.
Asma looks it over.
Alright. Just me, right?
Yeah, it would be suspicious otherwise. The Wraith works alone.
Alright. I understand what handing me this means. I'll take good care of it.
Thank you.
No worries, man. Wow, it's really going down. The
Yeah.
dam is bursting.
It's all coming together. Soon maybe
Yeah.
we'll get to the bottom of everything.
Yeah,
Asma just holding on to the helmet.
maybe we will.
Asma did not expect to actually have the helmet.
Yeah, the helmet is... How to describe it? It looks basically like a circlet. You'd wear it on the top of your head, and on the front there's goggles.
Okay.
And at the centerpiece of the circlet in the back, there's this black stone that seems to pulse with energy. Take good care of it. That stone's hard to come by. It was my mother's.
Alright then, I'll make sure that I don't lose it, man.
I'm counting on you, Asmo. He holds out his hand.
Asmo extends it and just clasp. They do the wrist clasp.
Yeah. A manly handshake.
You know, it's kind of wild, if you think about it. Where we started to hear.
It is.
Oh well, let's go catch some pieces of garbage.
Let's do it.
Hell
See you
yeah.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What time?
You can just fluff it.
Yeah. Basically, he tells you after dusk. There, like, you'll be able to, like, he'll let you know that one of the big signals that things are going down is that he and a few of the guards are going to be gathering in the town square, kind of by the meat house, which is not too far from where you're living.
Okay.
So you can actually see the meat house from your window.
Good.
You sit looking at it longingly at night.
Sipping brandy.
With that, I'm gonna go get some actual sleep.
Have a long rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a wild night.
It really is. See you later, Wraith. Kind of smirks as he walks out.
Oh, you love saying that, don't you?
I really do. And he closes the door behind him.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. With that, you rest through the evening. Unless there's anything you wanted to do before going to bed.
No, Asma's just gonna sip brandy and look and just observe Meat House and look at the new weapons and realizing what he has to do.
Yeah, fiddle with them in your hands. Basically, you have 2 thundering tonfas, which deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage and an additional d4 thunder damage.
Okay.
And the cowl of the Wraith. The Wraith's cowl.
Fun. Okay.
The next morning, we join Wolfgang as he wakes up in his estate. You can smell cooking meats and eggs. You're assuming that's just Jamaat making breakfast.
All right. Well, Wolfgang's gonna get dressed.
T-Wig, what were you up to throughout the night?
I actually would like to find a toad anywhere.
All right, you just kind of wandered around the city.
Yeah, I'm looking for a toad.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check.
Let me just check and see if I have a spell prep first. I don't.
Locate toad.
I have locate animals, so that is definitely a possibility. But unfortunately, I didn't prep it. So you said survival?
Yes.
13.
It took you longer than you think you would, but eventually you found one kind of at the foot of that massive tower in the middle of town. There's a small pond in there, and there were some frogs, and if you were looking for frogs, you would have found it, but then there were some toads off in the grass off to the side.
Nice. I will gently pick one up, and I will scan it, and then let it go.
Hop, hop, hop.
Thank you for your contributions.
And then after that, I would go back to Wolfgang's estate and, like a cat, stand right in front of his door the entire time.
All right, so Wolfgang, whenever you decide to open your door, T-Wig's just standing there.
Oh, hey, Jamal, what's cooked? Jeez!
Hello, you're awake, finally!
And I will run off and go to Jamat's kitchen.
Fucking. All right.
Oh. Hello, Master T-Wig, you hear from down the stairs.
Hello, Second Timmy, how are you doing?
Doing well. Quite well, thank you. Jamat, by the way. Name's Jamat.
Jamat, okay, I'll try and remember this.
Appreciate it.
Right, I'll after my palpitations calm down, I'll start going to the kitchen as well.
It's a familiar and delicious smell. And your son Elliot is sitting at a high chair, kind of at the table, kind of mushing through some oatmeal, grabbing it with his hands. There's a spoon next to him, but he's just like grabbing it and gumming it.
There he is.
Dada!
Good morning, Elliot.
He excitedly shakes his hands as he sees you.
Yeah, I run over and I grab his hands and I, just fatherly doting.
You got some oatmeal on your hands now, but that's okay.
Yep. Just wipe them on a towel or something.
I will sit down at the table with a fork and knife.
Bani.
Incorrect. I am T-Wig. I am not a Buni.
T-Wig.
Yes, you're getting closer.
Tiwi.
I am not Tiwi. Tiwig.
Hmm.
He's a smart
Wait.
boy.
No, he's not. He doesn't even say my name right.
He's not even a year old, T-Wig.
He's actually just over a year old.
He's just over a year old.
Windy.
Yeah, but I'm like, like maybe 5 days old and I've still got it.
You're different.
Hmm.
He didn't come pre-packaged with knowledge of nature or whatever it is when you look at animals.
I just kind of tilt my head.
Wolfgang would know about the scanning thing now, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's pretty obvious at this point.
Sometimes T-Wig will just walk up and stare at something.
Did you scan him, perchance?
What? Him?
Points to Jamat.
No, Elliot.
I turn to Elliot. I will scan him.
There is a... It's not quite human. Like, there's some variance to him that your sensors just can't pick up.
I look towards Wolfgang and I go,
There is something seriously wrong with your human puppy.
Like, how so?
There are parts missing. Or parts there that I just cannot see.
He slaps his hand down on the oatmeal.
Yeah, you show them. Spoons are overrated. They're just balls
Yeah!
on sticks.
Fun and stick! Plat!
Don't give my boy any ideas. Gotta learn to use silverware eventually.
Oh, we'll get him there, master. Here you go. He sets a plate down in front of you, and he pulls up a chair himself. Sure, you don't need anything there, Master T-Wig?
Well, I would like breakfast too.
What would you like? I could,
1 egg, please.
How would you like it prepared?
Oh, God.
I just grab my head and look down at the table.
Dealer's choice shall it be?
Yes, you will choose as the dealer.
I shall choose how to prepare your egg. Be right back, sir. Easy walks off, back into the kitchen. Hear a little bit of clattering.
It's so complicated, all this food stuff.
Yeah. Human world's pretty complicated.
You get a knock on your door.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Hello?
There's a man in a, basically black robes and dark goggles on, looking at, or like kind of like black glasses on, looking at you. This is the Connolly residence, correct?
That's right. How can I help you?
Well, my employer, Mr. Crowley, would like to formally invite you to his gala this evening. Said it would be of great interest for the whole town to calm down after the events of a few days ago. And your presence would be a soothing one, is how he put it. He hands forth a envelope toward you.
All right, I'll flick it open with my thumb and take a look at it.
Yeah, you crack open the little wax seal of the little cow with the fork horns. And yeah, it's basically as he's describing. It's a very nice piece of parchment with gilded leaf parchment that's inviting you to the gala as a special guest, as well as your new companion T-Wig is specifically mentioned.
Cool.
How do you know about that? Well, thank you very much.
Should I tell him to expect you?
See that you do.
Thank you. I have another one to deliver to your other friends. Anyway, have a nice morning.
You
He
as
kind of
well.
bows his head and steps back.
Well, Looks like we're invited to a party.
Shall I press your suit, sir? You hear calling from the kitchen.
That sounds good to me, Jamad.
What is a party?
It's like a big get-together. A lot of people, having fun, drinking, chatting with each other. You'll hate it, I think.
Oh, great. I can't wait. Do I have to do anything special? Or do I just be there?
I think as long as you don't break anything, you'll be alright.
Oh, geez. Okay, I will try my best.
They specifically asked for you, which is strange.
Why is that?
Well, as far as I know, not many people know about you.
Well, I've been wandering around a little bit at night.
You do say your name a lot.
Mm-hmm. I like to make sure that people remember.
Oh, well.
Tiwi!
Exactly. You're still almost there. Keep practicing. T-wig. Proper speaking is good.
Gig. Jamat comes out with basically like an egg in a very small like egg cup and sets it down in front of you. There you go. Soft boiled. Hope that'll do for you.
Thank you.
I will stare at it.
He just kind of stands there. All right, I am going to go press your fine suit, sir.
Thank you, Jamad. You eating
Of course,
yet?
sir. Oh, yes, I ate before everyone.
Alright, just wanted to make sure.
He goes upstairs and starts getting to work. Denier, what did you do all of last night? After you got back, where did you end up staying?
He probably would have stayed at the academy. As soon as he got back, he spoke to Ramses. He sat in on one of Ramses' classes. Then probably he went back to his room, wherever it was, and he finished working on the spell that he's been working on for months.
Yeah, basically in the academy, you have what amounts to a office suite, but you've kind of converted that into a studio bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like a study desk, a bookshelf, and basically you've converted into a tiny apartment. You still have to use the common restroom, but you don't mind too much.
Yeah, Denier's going full on college student. He's got little rooms and little places everywhere.
Yeah.
And he spent the last night finishing up his spell, and he is very proud of his spell.
All right, let's see. You are... Oh, wow, yeah. You're awoken by a knock on your door.
Denier slowly crawls out of bed.
Yeah, you sit up and a book flops off your face.
Puts the book back in the nightstand where it was, and he walks over to open the door.
You open the door, and there's a man in black robes and dark glasses. Oh, good. First try. I'm here to present to you an invitation to tonight's gala event being hosted by Xander Crowley.
Ah, Crowley. There's a name
Yes.
I haven't seen in a while.
Yes, he mentioned you by name as a VIP for this event. Said that
Wonderful.
with all the turmoil going around town with the earthquakes and light shows, that a nice event like this would be good to get people's minds off things.
Makes sense. Denier holds his hand out for the invitation.
Yep, he hands it to you. It's a nice envelope with a wax seal on it with the House of Crowley sigil kind of emblazoned in it.
I always do enjoy Lord Crowley's parties.
So shall I tell him to expect you then?
Oh, most definitely. And
Excellent.
you can also tell him that I will completely avoid his library this time.
I will make mention of that very specific remark.
Wonderful. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right. And he looks down at the envelope and looks down at the last envelope in his hands and starts walking off.
And Daenerys closes the door and opens up the letter and reads it.
Yeah, basically, it's just a formal invitation with a lot of very flowery words speaking about the grandeur of Mr. Crowley's events. This one seems to be a larger event. It's going to be more public than his usual fare of just those of the noble court in town.
Hopefully Vin won't be bored out of her mind this time. And Daenerys goes and he begins prepping his formal clothes that he got from the Phoenix Roost.
All right. I want you to roll a d20 and then call high-low first and see if this is the place where you stored them.
Okay. I will call high. 2. They are in the Whittlestein Spire.
Seems this is not where you kept them.
I'm going to have to go by the Whittlestein Spire. Damn. And Daenerys going to start getting dressed.
Yeah. You make your way out to the court and go find your way over to the Whittlestein Spire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Everybody is pretty much dressed for the day, but Asmo, you're awoken in the morning by a knock on your door.
Yeah. Asmo goes to the door, quicks it open a little bit, has a dagger in his hand.
Hello.
You see a man in dark robes and dark glasses.
Why are you wearing
Asmo.
Why are you wearing glasses inside?
It's part of the uniform, I guess.
Okay, how can I help you?
I'm here to offer you a formal invitation to Mr. Xander Crowley's formal gala tonight.
Tonight.
Yes, he specifically mentioned you and your companions.
Oh, that. What time does it start? To what time does it end?
It starts after dusk, and it ends... I believe he said question mark.
Yeah, one of those parties. Might show up, fashionably late, but thank you.
So I should tell him to expect you, but late, though?
Yeah.
Asmo says.
All right, here's the invitation for you. He hands the envelope forward.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Yes, thank you.
Asmo just closes the door.
He's just trying to, like, sighs.
Asmo scratches his head.
Oh, God. Tonight. Okay.
Asmo just takes a sip of his coffee.
All right. So what actions does everybody want to take throughout the day? Let's start with Wolfgang. What are your prerogatives for the day? Because, I mean, you got a party later on in the evening, but there's nothing really going on before that.
Well, first of all, I need to make sure that I look like the bee's knees.
Of course.
Like the dog's bollocks.
Jamat would offer to groom you, like, you know, cut your hair, trim your beard, things like that, whatever you wanted.
Yeah, same length, but clean it up.
You got it, sir. Basically, like, taking, like, a small razor and, like, tiny scissors and just, like, going about it with his tiny little gnome hands. They're great for tinkering, but also great for grooming.
Yeah. Had something T-Wig said earlier at breakfast.
What's that, sir?
Sort of it's about Elliot.
Oh, what about him, sir?
Oh.
There we go. That's some getting dressed music.
T-Wig said that when they scanned me, got a relatively simple result. But when they scanned Elliot, got a whole bunch of things. You hung out with him a lot more than I have, sadly. Does he... Has he...
What, barked at the moon, sir?
Yeah.
No, nothing like that, I'm afraid.
I'm glad that it hasn't happened.
Oh, trust me, I am too. That is, something I don't exactly look forward to if it were ever to develop.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I can tell, he seems to take mostly after you there, sir.
That's
Still
true.
has his mother's eyes, though.
And her hair.
And her hair.
But he's got my rugged good looks.
Well, of course, sir. Speaking of which, don't move for a second. As he's reaching up to kind of trim off like a couple of stray hairs on the side of your beard.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Kind of brushes off all the stray hair. Holds up a mirror. What do you think, sir?
Finally... excuse me. Finally done.
I aim to please. Sets the mirror back down. Continues to dust off all the hair on you.
Still, it's a worry in the back of my mind.
Well, whatever
I
comes
don't-
of it, he's a good boy, and I know he'll be fine.
I just don't think whatever our family's blood consists of mixes with whatever Akazi's blood was.
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. And that's to wait and see how he turns out.
Suppose so.
Speaking of which, I should probably put him down for his midday nap about now. He's gonna start getting cranky otherwise.
All right.
Care to assist, sir?
I'd be happy to.
Alright, you both head downstairs. Elliot's just kind of playing in the main room. T-Wig, what have you been up to?
I'd actually like to steal Wolfgang for a minute.
Alright, I'll just imagine that you were sitting in the main room just staring at Elliot.
Okay.
And as you see him coming down the stairs, you can approach as you see fit.
I'm gonna sheepishly approach Wolfgang.
Wolfgang.
Yes?
Yeah. We party, it's like you have to look good, right?
It's generally seen as, a place where you meet people for the first time, so you want to look your best.
The ears kind of droop as T-Wig kind of like pulls her like poncho and kind of looks at it.
Is this incorrect?
Wonder if Jamaat has any dress clothes. Jamaat!
Yes, sir! You can see him kind of like trying to pick up a flailing Elliot.
You got any suits?
Suit, sir? Oh, for Master T-Wig.
Yeah.
He walks over and sets Elliot down. You can play for a few more minutes, Master.
Lucky kid.
I sneakily shoot a thumbs up towards Elliot as if I was helping him out.
And he waves at you.
Lucky kid.
He starts like looking you up and down. I might be able to fix something up for you.
We want
Anything-
to look beautiful.
Beautiful. Anything particular that you're going for? Colors or
Good ones.
good colors, okay? And how would you like to be dressed? Would you like to be dressed like Master Wolfgang here, or like one of the ladies walking around town, or someone else?
Oil begins to sweat.
This is like the egg, but worse. Jeez, maybe like Wolfgang, sure.
Okay. I'll see what I can throw together. Perhaps some of your old father's suits will work. He was a similarly shaped fellow. I'll see what I can put together for you.
That's gonna be a riot. Seeing you in one of Dazzle's suits.
Well, I'll see what I can do about it. Try to give it that old T-wig charm there. Kind of gives you a wink.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
In the meantime, I could probably clean you up with some of my gun repair tools.
Okay. But I am not a gun.
You are not, but you are made of metal.
This is also true.
I can shine you to a mere sheen.
Oh, well, I am...
The ears really droop down.
Unless that's not what you want.
Well, shiny's good, but maybe not like mirror.
All right. I'm gonna grab some of my metal polishing tools for my gun and start going to work on T-wig.
All right, go ahead and give a. Let's see, what would be a good one for this? Probably just a dexterity. You're basically just trying to buff something and polish it up nice.
Dexterity check.
Yep.
8.
Spit shine.
You're not used to polishing armor. It's not exactly your forte. So as you're kind of like scrubbing around, like you're not very good at getting into some of the nooks and crannies, and you're very nervous about going around the ears since T-wig seems to have like moving joints in there. So you're getting things, but it's not exactly the bright polish that you're looking for. Plus the gunmetal oil that you are using is not for the same metallic. Is not for the same type of metal. You're using something that would normally be used to scour and polish silver, when T-wig is made of more of like a steel iron alloy.
I would get Timry to do this, but we do not like him.
I can sort of see why, given the way you treated you before you came alive, but there you go. I think that's the best I can do. Not polished to a mere sheen.
Thank you. Does
Yeah,
it look
kind of.
good?
It looks better than it did.
You look like you haven't been wandering around for a few days trying to find a home for goblins.
That's good.
You look brand new.
Pretty neat. I look neat.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Excellent. Okay, we will get this suit, and then we will be good to go.
Yep.
While you were doing this, Elliot basically kind of curled up on a chair and fell asleep.
I'll go and pick him up and I'll tuck him into his crib.
Yeah.
There you go. Just be gone for the night, little lad.
All right, Denier, what have you been up to for the day?
So Nier's going to go back to the Wizzlestein Spire to get his clothes. Are any of the Wizzlesteins conjuration specialists?
Conjuration specialist. Let me look at my notes. Do-do-ba-do-do. So I'm pretty sure there is. Just gotta find them.
It would probably be Rooster, I believe, since he's the teleportation specialist.
I believe you're right, but just want to make sure. Yes, that is correct.
Then Denier is basically going to get Rooster's opinion on the spell that he's been working on for so long, about the intricacies of it, how it's set up, if he's ever seen anything like it before, or, you know, pretty much he's going to get Rooster's opinion on it. He's going to then check if there's any kind of shop in town which specializes in more specialized services for tabaxis, namely like grooming, fur care, things like that. And if that's the case, he's going to visit that particular shop to get groomed.
All right. Well, starting with the spell, go ahead and roll an intelligence check or knowledge arcane.
Okay. Let me get onto character page. So the Arcana check is a 19.
Yeah, he looks. He watches you as you basically kind of explain the methods and components behind it. Well, you seem to get the basics of it. It's just about putting it into practice now.
Yeah, I've been working on this thing pretty much since we got back from the north. I think I've got everything right. Everything, like this spell is probably the most intricate spell that I've made thus far.
Well, trying to make enchanted books aren't exactly the easiest thing in the world.
Yes, that's fair enough. To be honest with you, Lani, I wasn't referring to the
not that one?
The book itself. I was referring to the spell that I asked you a while back.
Oh, that
if
one.
I could
Gotcha,
have.
gotcha.
That one. He's been working on that since he got back from the north. That's the
trying-
one that I just got on level up.
Gotcha. Well, trying to pop something like that out of the ground isn't exactly easy. Some people can make tiny little structures, but when it comes to popping up at a little tiny fortress there, that's a bit more of a task, but it seems like you've got the hang of it.
Yeah, I think so. It's just a matter of getting the opportunity to be able to use it. But I appreciate your expertise, Rooster.
Well, if you continue to travel the way you do, perhaps you'll find good use for it sooner or later. Oh, you going to that party later on? Is that why you're asking about the grooming?
Yeah, I figured that Vin would be going, and I don't want to just sit there bored out of her mind the entire night.
Yep, she'll be there, because the queen will be there. And if the queen's there, she's there.
And
That girl, she's run so ragged these days.
I know. What we need to do is just find some kind of a way where she can operate with far less sleep. That way she won't be so exhausted all the time.
Well, we full-blooded elves don't exactly need that much sleep, but I still fear she doesn't get as much as she needs. Either way, I can't say I know too much that, too many places around here that would specialize in grooming, well, your people. Not many of you wandering around up this far.
Yeah, I figured as much. I thought that if any place, it would be the capital, since most traders at least come this far.
But I do know a good barber, and I mean, they're pretty good with hair.
That'll work.
Yeah, he kind of gives you directions on how to get there.
Okay. Then Daenerys going to take his advice. He's going to head to the barber and see what the barber can do for him.
Did you grab your fancy clothes from the room while you were there?
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make sure.
That was the first thing that he did as soon as he got there.
All right. You start wandering back down into town. Meanwhile, Asmo, what have you been doing since you woke up?
Asmo has just been, honestly, just staring at his weapons and meditating, more or less, just thinking about what he has to do tonight. Asmo's not been doing much. Asmo might go for a walk and just scout the area in casual clothes where the bust is going to happen at night. Just looking around, just doing basic reconnaissance.
Yeah, if you happen to see Daenerys walking by, if you like when you step out, he looks like he's heading somewhere.
Oh, hey, Daenerys.
Good morning.
Isn't
How
it
you
the
doing,
afternoon? Isn't
Yeah,
it
it's afternoon.
Wait, it's afternoon? He
Yeah,
looks
you.
up at the sign.
Oh, you're
Oh.
lost in a book again, aren't you?
No, I'm actually on the way to the barber's to try to get a fur trim.
Oh, you have to do that.
Because I want to look nice for the party tonight.
No, how? Oh, you got an invite too, I'm guessing. So did Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know about Wolfgang, but I know that I did.
Yeah, probably the three of us. Well, with us being, and Asmo uses air quotes, heroes and all that fun jazz. Yeah, I'm going to show up a little bit later, though, tonight.
Ah, I got you. Well,
Yeah. I got
at
a
least
date.
make an appearance.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. To see the snake man with the yellow lips.
Mm-hmm.
So best of luck with your fur trim. I'm gonna go walk
Have fun.
elsewhere. Yep.
Just watch out for the protesters. They're getting awful ornery. Like,
I haven't done anything to them. We're cool.
Asmund just pulls up his hands as he's walking away.
and he gives a thumbs up and he keeps on.
As you're walking through the town, you see a lot of people out there, like a lot of contractors and stuff, just trying to repair some buildings that took some damage from the tremor. And yeah, there are still a bunch of people kind of like panicking, walking around. Asma, as you're walking towards the warehouse district, you're heading towards the slummier side of town that you remember when you were younger. There are houses that have just kind of straight collapsed around here because they're less well constructed. And you're seeing a lot more homeless than usual just because of all the damage. But some people are working together to try to get things put back, and some are taking advantage of this and using the time to continue to do basically like small looting. Like, it looks like a good majority of the looting was done by now, but
Nothing left to loot.
pretty much. Yeah, you had to scope out the area.
Yeah.
Denier, you find your way to the barber on the inside. It seems to be run by a iguana lizard folk.
Nice.
His eyes kind of like turn to see you. Hello, step in.
Dinner steps in. Good afternoon.
He licks one of his eyes. What can I do for you?
I've got a rather fancy get-together to be going to this evening, and I was referred here by the Wizzlesteins. They said that this establishment could help get my fur trimmed up and get me ready to go.
Yes, I've been grooming Mr. Rooster here for quite some time. Licks his other eyeball.
That's exactly who referred me here.
So what can I, what you looking for here?
Mostly just a fur trim. Not. I just don't want to look quite as shaggy. Mostly just make myself look presentable because I'm going to be dealing with the nobles this evening, among other people.
Kind of like shifts down, starts looking at you left and right. All right, see what I can do. Spins a chair around toward you.
All right, Denier will settle down into the chair.
All right, he starts going at you, basically like combing you out. Seems to be de-knitting you first, like getting all the bugs out there, like taking a fine comb and just kind of scrubbing you free of that. You don't bathe much, do you, kid?
And unfortunately, I've got a thing with wet fur. I'm thinking about starting a whole lot more. Especially
You should really consider it. He plucks a tick off your skin, eats it.
We're bonding.
He continues to
I just
basically
imagine we're bonding. It's like this firm knot.
crunch as he's chewing on a tick. Yeah, he goes through and de-knits you, combs out your hair till he can figure out exactly like what the length is, and basically takes 1.5 inches off of all the directions, make your face look a little fluffy. Still kind of leaving the cheeks a little bit shaggier than the rest.
Yeah, getting rid of any kind of like split hairs, but making sure that he looks floofy and presentable.
Yeah, and combing out all the dead hair, which there was a lot of. Like, as soon as you stand up, you feel probably 2 pounds lighter, and you look at the ground, there's just mountains of dead hair.
Oh, that's the best feeling.
Yeah, especially since he got splinched not too long ago. No doubt there's a lot of it.
Yeah. Now, obviously, he didn't do the full body detail, but
Yeah. But Denier can do the full body himself on his own time.
yeah. And you're going to have clothes over most of it, so. It basically tells you, like, asks you for, 5 silver for the job.
Yeah, he'll give him a full gold for quality service like this.
He kind of chitters a little bit. Yeah, thank you kindly.
Most definitely. I will most definitely be back.
I appreciate it. Licks his eyeball again.
He bids him a good day, and he heads on out.
And he screeches back in some tongue that you don't understand, and 3 tiny iguanas come out and start sweeping away all the hair. Like he's just basically hissing.
I love
Just
him.
lizard folk things.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's not draconic.
No.
Okay, I had to double check. And he heads back to the tower.
All right. You continue prepping for the night. Asmo, as you're doing surveillance, I want you to roll me a perception check.
Yes, sirree, Bob. I'm more than happy to. Perception. I perceive. 11.
Nothing seems to be super out of place around the warehouse that was marked. But you're guessing that, they're trying to keep it on the DL, and maybe they're not even there yet.
Is there a way up the building?
Do you want to go up that building specifically, or one of the neighboring ones?
I want to look at all the neighboring buildings. I want to see if there's an ascent to get on a roof area.
All right, go ahead and do an investigation for me.
Ooh. 8.
You think you find, you find what looks to be some scaffolding and stuff, and you are unsure if it can hold your weight. It does look like it hasn't been touched since the tremors, and it does look kind of rickety. But it would get you up to the roof, but you're not sure how much weight that could hold.
Okay, is there any back doors or any kind of windows?
There are windows near the top. There are, from one side of the building, there is just some giant shutter doors. Basically, they'd open it up to let wagons in and out and to load and unload supplies, standard warehouse stuff. There seems to be a door next to those larger doors. It has a small, dirtied up window that you can't see through, at least from the distance that you're at. I'm assuming you're trying to remain casual and not be suspicious.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an entry point. I'm trying to find multiple entry points, because obviously going through the big double doors and the door beside is not exactly smart. That's walking right through the front door.
Yeah, and as you wander around the back, you see that there's a similar door in the back, and give me one more perception check here.
Oh, thank God. 7! Fuck.
Those windows might be a good way in, but the scaffolding seems to be the only way up to them. You're not seeing any sort of special entrance from the sides.
Alright. You have to do it the old-fashioned way then, okay.
Asmo keeps walking on all casual like. Alright, I have to do it with a grappling hook. Damn it.
Do you need to get a grappling hook?
I just like a rope. Actually, yeah, I need to go buy a grappling hook. I look at my inventory. I don't have that.
Yep. Well, you can stop by a general adventuring store down by the Adventurers Guild. They'd probably have some equipment for that.
Yeah, Asmo's like, yeah, I'm going spelunking. Caves.
Fascinating, says the old woman with the gray hair. Curlers half still in there, smoking a cigarette. What'll it be?
Does she look like the landlord from Kung Fu Hustle?
She looks like she'd be named Gladys.
Ooh.
Well.
Yep.
So I'll just be the grappling hook, thank you.
10 silver.
Yes, ma'am.
Pleasure doing business. Takes the silver.
Always
leaves you with the
always
grappling
a charmer.
hook.
Always a charmer, man.
And you have your grappling hook.
There we go.
All right, with that, T-Wig, after all of this, trying to get buffed up and shined, Jamat's going to return downstairs, present to you a very interesting suit. It's a black suit, darker than Wolfgang's, and it has some, green inlays on it.
Okay.
Has some green embroidery, and the lapels are green. Buttons are black. And it should fit, the little feathered shawl that you have, your little feathered poncho, should actually work as kind of a collar for this suit.
Yeah, I wanted to keep that feature.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna like like tearaway pants style remove my rest of my outfit wherever I am, and then just take that from Jamat and then try and figure out how to put on clothes because I've never done that before.
Jamat would offer to assist you.
Please help me.
I wanted to believe that T-Wig would just put them on the ground, was rolling back and forth on them, trying to get them to stick.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure about the legs, but you pick them up one at a time and you slide them through these
Well, I do not
sleeves
have
here.
to wear shoes, so I can just. Oh, thank you. I just put
There
that
you
back.
go.
I see. Excellent. I don't really need shoes, so that's fine if the legs are slightly showing. But I do not want to look like I am wearing pants that are too short.
Well, I hopefully measured these out properly. I might need to hem them, but just let me roll to see. An 18, they look nearly perfect.
Nice.
Yes.
Helps you get the vest on, which is a nice green vest that has some like leafy embroidery on it.
Okay. Very nice.
Yes,
and
I
then-
think we like this a lot. This is quite good.
I'm glad you appreciate it. I found some old green fabric lying around and was able to fix something up real quick. And then he helps you get the jacket on, slips one sleeve in, then the other, and it goes right up, and voila, you're decked out.
Wolfgang!
Wolfgang, your fine clothes have been pressed and they're laying on your bed. Oh, Connor? Oh no, I can't hear him. Can anybody else?
Nope.
Connor?
Uh-oh. Well, while he gets this figured out, I'll say that this is a good point to take a break because I was just going to say like everybody got dressed and got ready. So
right.
we'll get this figured out and we'll take a break and we'll be right back after this. All right, Asmo. You've seen Garrick and a bunch of the guards gather around the meat house. Looks like a casual gathering, but you know this is the sign.
Oh god,
Okay.
I hope the meat house isn't evil. Please don't be evil, meat house.
Asmo has the gear and is heading out towards the heading out to the warehouse district.
Yeah. You're wearing a hood. Kind of unusual for you, but you have it.
Got a hoodie on, black hoodie.
Yeah, you're wearing the circlet under it. Your face is shaded. And you approach the warehouse. Go ahead and give me a perception check to take a look around this area.
Okay. 22. Yes.
There are some children who are playing nearby, but there's something off about it. Like they're looking left and right. Like a lot. They got
they
some.
watching?
Yeah, they look
They're
like they
scout-
got some scouts there.
What area? Like the area I was going to try and on the side or in the front?
Yeah, as you're walking down the street, the alley leading towards the back of the warehouse, these kids are kind of like watching there. One of them keeps glancing back and forth at you. You notice that specifically because, like, you know, you're ready for this shit.
Okay. Asmo goes around the corner, and it's time for Asmo to put on the race cowl.
All right, you've been wearing it, but you have not activated it yet. What do you want to do about the children that are trying to keep watch on you?
I'm wondering if I want to scare them as the Wraith. Just make a scram. I'm wondering if I want to blow that on that.
That might make
It's your call. They're a bunch of little urchin children, so there might be easier ways to distract them.
All right, Asmo is going to hold off and walk right up to them.
Hey, kids.
Scruffy little, like, preteen human kid looks up at you. What you want, mister?
I want you to do something for me. How much are they paying you to watch this street?
I don't know what you're talking about, mister.
Okay, you can skip the act with me. I did this a couple times too when I was your age. Making pocket change to give a signal. Yeah.
What do you want, mister?
I want you to walk away. Some bad stuff's about to happen. I can do it for this.
And Aswell pulls out 40 gold coins in a small little bag.
Give me an insight check on the child.
17.
You can tell his eyes just kind of glittered when he looked at that, like they grew to the size of dinner plates. But he shakes it off and kind of looks back. Yeah. Just walk away.
Aswell gestures over his shoulder.
Now get yourself some good food and avoid this place.
Make it 50 and we didn't see you. We've been hungry for a while, mister.
Make it 55 and stop asking me for stuff.
He looks down at the other kids. We can work with that.
Aswell pulls out the extra 15 coins and tosses it to him.
He takes the satchel. He just kind of like nods to you.
I'd like to do an insight if they're actually going to follow too. If I think they're going to betray me.
Go for it.
And that's an insight. Sorry. Nat 1. God damn it.
You know how you were like as a kid, and you're not really sure. Like, I mean, you get this feeling in your gut that there's a lot of uncertainty in your mind on this one, but you feel like you've done, you're trying to be a good guy here, and you're hoping that they're going to take that for what it is.
Are they walking away?
Oh, they're just sitting there. I mean, you know the job. If they leave, then something's probably up.
Alrighty. Stay there. On my way out, if you're still here, I give you a bit more.
All right, mister.
Got smart head on your shoulders.
I got people to look after. Ain't nobody
Good.
looking after us.
What's your name?
Devin.
Alrighty. See you soon, Devin.
He kind of nods and like just continues doing what he looked like he was doing before.
Asmo takes on. Asmo walks down.
All right. Around the corner. Doesn't seem to be anybody out front of the warehouse that you're going into.
How dark is it outside right now?
The sun is definitely dipping. You're definitely in the shadows, but you're not sure if... Like, it's still kind of like twilight out, you know? Like, it's light-ish.
The most dangerous time to drive a car, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, luckily there aren't any of those.
Not yet. Asmo's gonna walk. Asmo's gonna just walk to the side and find one of those windows in the back.
All right.
Or one of the windows on the side of the warehouse.
All right, go ahead and give me a quick perception. See if you can find...
17.
None of the windows on the building that you're trying to get into are open, but the one across the 10-foot alleyway, there is a window that's open on that side. So you could probably hook the grappling hook in there without shattering any glass.
That's what Asmo's gonna do then.
All right, go ahead and give me a dex check.
Dex check. I just roll the dex then.
Yep, just click dex.
19.
You feel like you got it on there solid. Clipped right over the edge of the window, right on the lip of it.
Asmo climbs up it.
All right.
Peeks his head in.
All right. The window that you climbed up to, there's a couple of workers kind of leaving for the day. This factory looks fairly legit. And the window across the way, though, you can probably make your way up to the roof of this warehouse to try to leap over to the one you're trying to get into.
Asmo's going to do that.
All right. You climb up.
Asmo takes the grappling hook, though, once he gets up to that place, though.
All right. You unhook it, and you give yourself a quick heave over the top. of the roof. Give me a athletics check. It's not a very difficult move, but
Nat 20.
You do it with a flourish. Like you do a handstand, like 1 foot down, it's like you're doing a cartwheel, and then you hold your hands up. 10 out of 10, judges.
10-foot gap.
Yep,
Because
10-foot
it's
gap. With a running start, you can probably make it fairly easily, but it'll still be an athletics check.
Can I use my nat 20 for that?
I'll tell you what. You're feeling so confident. I'll give you this one with advantage.
I appreciate that. So Asmo is gonna. All right, here we go. 24.
Yep, you run, jump, and do a quick little roll on the other side. You feel like you didn't even make a noise, and now you're on top of the warehouse that you're going to be breaking into.
Alrighty. Asmo's gonna look around for an entry point. Perception.
Yep, go ahead.
10.
All right. As you're looking around the roof, you're not sure, like, there might be some loose, like, you might be able to break through the roof up here, but you're not sure how difficult that would be. It doesn't look like there's any hatches up here. You do know there's windows below you, so if you maybe use your grappling hook or hang from the side of the building and slide your way in, or break your way in if you have to.
Asmo can't punch his way through. Asmo's, okay. Like, what is the roof made of? Is it wood?
The roof is made of kind of stone tiles, kind of thatched.
That's stone tiles. Okay.
Very thin stone, not like heavy stuff. It's
Asmo. Asmo's gonna go to one of the corners of the building, the back area, and take out fire ant and see if the heat will actually cut through it.
cut through the stone.
Well, it's thin stone. Asmo wants to see if he can wedge it in, try and pry open one of the stones.
All right, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand to try to jimmy open some of these tiles.
11.
You can pop the dagger in between some of these tiles, but it's on there pretty tight. Like, this thing, despite going through an earthquake, is still fairly well put together. Whatever the sealant on here is, it must be fairly new. Whatever kind of mortar they used.
Asmo's going to instead just go like, all right, that's not going to work. So Asmo's going to take the grappling hook and slide down to one of the side
All right, you can
windows.
Yeah, you can wrap it around a little ballast point in the middle there. There's like a little sort of pillar in the center of the building, like on each end, so you can get around one of the corners and slide down to look in the windows.
Asmo's going to peer into the window.
All right, it's dark in there, but give me a perception check.
Nat 1.
Yeah, these windows haven't been cleaned in a while. There might be some movement going on, but you can't see.
Asmo's going to slowly try and pop open the window.
All right, while holding on to the rope, you're going to try to open up the window. How are you going to try to open it? What's your strategy here?
I'm just going to try and... Are there knobs? Is it a handle? What are we dealing out here with window?
They look like they slide open from like side to side, so you can probably find a seam somewhere.
Well, Asmo's going to try and find that seam and pull it the opposite direction.
All right. Yeah, you can get to a seam, and are you just going to try to work your fingers in there, or are you going to use any tools?
I do have thieves' tools, so I think I'm going to try and use a thieves' tool.
All right, you can pop out a crowbar, but I'm going to say that you're going to have to make a... you're going to use the thieves' tools, but take a -2 on it since you're also holding onto this rope while you're doing it.
Okay. Here we go. 15.
15? Yeah, you're lucky. This window happened to be unlocked, and it just kind of slides open. And now you can get your hand in there to slide it the rest of the way.
Asmo does that. Now he peers inside.
All right, make another perception check.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, there's some people in here. You can't quite tell who they are, and you can't really make out any particular individuals. But they are dressed in dark garb. They're packing stuff into crates right now. Looks like bags of what look to be powder.
Okay. Asmo is going to hit that gem in the back of his head and crawl inside.
All right, there's a catwalk inside here, so you can get kind of up on a ledge. You think that this is what they use to either ventilate the rooms or give it some clean the inside of these windows here.
I'm going to activate the cowl.
All right. You activate the cowl and you feel this cool mist creep down your neck and over your face. And the goggles, and like your vision goes black for a moment, and then your goggles light up and you can see just fine through it. You slip in and you step down onto the catwalk. You look around. There's seems to be one man patrolling the top of this catwalk here, but he hasn't noticed you. He seems to be looking down over.
His back is to me?
Yes, he's kind of towards the middle of the building. The catwalk's going kind of like an H-bar pattern. It goes down one wall of the building, through the center of it, and down the other wall.
He's in the middle?
Yeah, he's in the middle, kind of looking down, overlooking this operation. But he's just kind of holding a crossbow, looking left and right.
Aswell's going to pull out the Thunder Tombas. Roll his eyes a little bit at the idea of using the Thunder Tombas. And Aswell's going to creep up beside him as silently as he can.
All right, give me a stealth check with a +5. Nat 20, you are the shadows. Like, you're really feeling it. You're like, man, no wonder Garrick does this shit. And you're, like, right behind this guy, and he hasn't noticed you.
I'm going to bonk him on the head.
All right, with this...
First, I'm going to cover his mouth and then hit him on the head repeatedly until he stops moving. Non-lethal.
Of course. Just going to keep bashing him until he stops moving.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, this will count as a surprise action, so go ahead and roll to hit.
17.
That's a 22 because you got advantage on this son of a bitch.
Right.
But yeah, that's definitely going to hit. As you reach up and grab around his mouth, dealing how much damage?
9. 5 bludgeoning, 4 thunder.
All right, you grab your hand around his mouth and crack him on the side of the temple with this tonfa in your other hand. And he tries to let out a muffled... And you can use your second attack.
Good, I'm going to get him again. 23.
That's going to hit.
5 bludgeoning, 1 thunder.
Bam, bam. And he kind of goes limp in your arms. You notice that even though it's like putting out sonic thunder damage, this is more of a concussive force coming out of the tonfa rather than an actual poof.
He means thunder, like the pressure of a thunder.
Yeah. It's
light.
Yeah. Like you just feel that extra oomph of impact as you hit him.
Alrighty. Is he unconscious now?
He appears to be.
Alrighty. Asmo is going to set him down and just take the crossbow.
All right. Take the crossbow. Are you gonna like equip? Just hold it.
I just don't want him to have it.
Gotcha. Okay, so you take it. You can dismantle it if you want.
I'll dismantle the crossbow then. Perfect.
Yeah, you basically take its string and its ammo. You have 10 crossbow bolts and a crossbow string.
Alrighty, fun.
All right,
I have a string? Oh, that makes it more fun.
Yeah, you have string now. As you look around, there's a ladder in the back corner that you assume he used to get up.
I'm going to creep over there. Creep over there.
All right. I'm going to let that first stealth check you rolled fly.
Oh, thank you.
Just because it was a nat 20. You're in your groove.
Mm.
You slip over to that corner and you can look down. Yeah, there's just people moving around these boxes. Some of them are carrying some of these bags into the what looks to be down some stairs in the back corner of the room, like the opposite corner that you're in. Sorry, not the opposite corner, the perpendicular corner, the one across the back wall.
Okay, so that goes down to a basement level. So there's 3 levels in this place.
Yeah, there's the catwalks that you're on. There's the main floor of the warehouse, and then there's what looks to be whatever's down those stairs.
Okay. All right, what's in my way right now to get to those stairs?
All right. As you look down, you see just a bunch of people packing boxes, a couple of people standing around looking like they're on guard. And give me another quick perception check.
Okay, good sir. That's a 13.
One of these people is definitely in charge, but you can't tell who. There's some people just like pointing out where to go. There's a stockier man who's just kind of like pushing people and telling like, get the fuck down those stairs. There's a slender woman kind of standing around looking like she's basically doing nothing but observing. And then there's a short individual that you can't quite tell the gender of that's sitting at a table and just doing like looks like he's doing some accounting or some shit, like he's going through a book and writing.
Money man.
Yeah, maybe. You're not sure which of those individuals is in charge, though.
Asmo is going to creep along the side towards the man at the table. Where's the table located?
All right, the table is kind of in the center of the room. It's
never mind. Okay.
Yeah, there's. On the side. Yeah, you gotta slide down the ladder first, and as you're doing this, you can hear some commotion going on outside.
Oh, okay.
And you hear like a what sounds to be like a little tunk tunk go off this front of the building, and a bunch of people start standing on guard. Like they start shifting around, and then a gentleman from the back pops in. Guards are coming. Gotta get moving. And they start flurrying to get shit moving. The guy at the table starts packing up the books and like pushing gold into sacks and.
Asmo, okay. Asmo's gonna slide down the ladder.
All right, give me a stealth check as you're doing that. +5.
Oh, wait, did I not click it? Oh. 23, so 28.
28, yeah. Nobody seems to notice you as they're all panicking to get this stuff done. Actually, let me roll for one person. No, they don't notice you either.
So Asmo's now down behind, say, a crate? Or
yeah, you're down behind what seems to be a packed crate of this material.
Asmo's looking at everyone. Does anyone seem to be taking charge right now, aside from the guy throwing all the books? He's getting all his, like...
He doesn't seem to be paying much attention to anybody else around. The guy that was, give me one more perception check to see if you can notice a change in demeanor.
19.
All right. The guy that's been pushing people around seems to be a little too panicky to be the one in charge, and the one that's packing up the books does not seem to have any of his shit together because he's just like, oh fuck, what am I doing?
So it's the lady.
Yeah, she seems to be pretty calm about this, and she just kind of snaps her fingers. All right, listen up, come on. Don't panic. We knew this might happen. That's what Plan B is for. And that's when you hear slam, the front doors just crash open, and the guards yell, "Right, everybody down!" And you see Garrick running in along with a whole bunch of guards, and people are just starting to panic. And this is where initiative shall be rolled.
Okay. 14.
14? All right, let me roll some for some people here. And they'll all go together.
Just imagine everyone's like, this dinner party is wonderful. Yes.
All right. The guards come trouncing through, and they're just like immediately engaging with all of these. A lot of the people that were in hoods, like they immediately whip out weapons and start doing battle with these guards. The woman in back, she pulls out a couple of daggers and just whips them out there, and oh fuck, she just murks the dude. Like, one of the guard coming through the door, dagger straight through the skull. He goes collapsing down. Like, this guy was, like, right next to Garrick. And now it's your move.
Osman's gonna come up from behind where he is and go right, aim right for her.
All right, you drive straight in. And as you come out, you hear a bunch of the guards. It's the Wraith! She immediately notices you. You can book it up to her.
I do.
Her eyes light up a bit. She's a very slender woman, athletic build. Very well proportioned. And go ahead and roll to hit as you approach her.
I'm also gonna hit. My goddamn, I'm gonna activate my fighting spirit, so I roll attacks at advantage.
All right. Go ahead and click fighting spirit for me real quick.
Absolutely.
Shield yourself as a bonus action on your turn. You can give yourself advantage on all weapon attack rolls until the end of this current turn. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, and you get your 5 temporary HP. Go ahead. You get your 3 attacks.
So with the Thomas, I go right for her. 22.
That'll hit.
6 bludgeoning and 1 thunder. Nat 20.
Woo, hot damn. Yeah, you crunch her like what appears to be like straight in the ribs, and she's like, whoa!
And that's
And with
9
that-
bludgeoning and 4 thunder.
And as you rise up with the other one, you're going straight for the chin, and you hit her directly with an uppercut. And she almost seems to take to the air a little bit as you do this, as you're able to finish off your air juggle with a 3rd attack.
Nat 20 again!
Holy fuck! And as she's coming back down, you sit her square right between the tits and just like crack her in the sternum. Go ahead and roll damage.
Dude, no friggin' way.
5 bludgeoning, 2 thunder.
Fuck, she goes flying down the stairs. Taking additional damage from that. Holy shit. Actually, let me give her a quick tumble check for that one. I'm sorry, acrobatics.
Oh god, there's so many stairs!
There are a lot of stairs. You don't hear, like, cracks as she goes down, but she definitely ate those hits. And yeah, she's down at the bottom of these stairs now.
She's down. Okay, so that's on the opposite end of where the fighting's happening then, right?
No, she was by these stairs when you approached her.
Well, Asmon's gonna jump down after her.
All right. Yeah, go get her, we'll follow! You hear Garrick yell from behind. And you chase her down into the abyss. And as you wander down there, you notice that she's not at the bottom of these stairs, which is odd, because you fucking nailed her.
Yeah.
You're surprised she's able to walk. And as you approach the bottom of these stairs, by the way, you're going to be controlling the Wraith.
So lucky.
You find basically a broken piece of wall that leads down into this cistern of the sewers. Whew. You pack a punch. She's just kind of sitting there wiping blood out of her mouth. Anybody tell you you'd make a great killer?
Someone said it once, and now he's dead.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're ever looking for a job, I could probably hook you up. She winks at you.
Oh. I love someone sassy, but even more, I'd love some answers, and maybe I'll have to beat them out of you.
Ooh, that could be fun. She smiles at you and gives you a wink. All right, let's see what you can do when I'm ready.
Asmon cracks his neck. Here we go.
All right, go ahead and give me another roll of initiative as we're starting another combat round here.
20.
Oh yeah, you immediately dash in on her as she's finishing her wink, and it kind of takes her by surprise. All right,
Good.
You're right in there with her.
Good, because I'm about to activate Action Surge.
Ooh. Giving you an entire... Yeah, this gives you 5 attacks to play with here.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
18.
All right, you swing in there, and you don't quite get all of it. You kind of... She kind of like shimmies to the side. Whoop!
16. That's a miss.
Yep, as she like shifts to the side. Ooh. And then you come in with the other punch. She shifts to the other side, kind of as like in a very dancing motion.
24.
And then you come down with a third, and you feel like you're going to get her right on the shoulder. And you do. It connects, hitting hard.
4 bludgeoning, 4 thunder.
Boom! You hear a crack as her neck jams to the side as you slam her right between the neck and shoulder. She winces in pain. You got 2 more attacks to play with.
Alrighty. 7.
Yeah, but this time she kind of does a little cartwheel back and shifts away from your advancing thrust. And last but not
24.
least, but she was not ready for you to spin around with your other arm, just winding back wildly as it connects right on the side of her. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 bludgeoning, 4 thunder.
Slapping her right in the side of the jaw. Puh! She spits out blood and it hits like the side of the wall. You got some jabs, Smokey? My turn. And she seems to dip out of sight for a second with disadvantage. Will a 19 hit you with disadvantage?
Oh, God, yes.
You get a swift kick square to the gut, taking 10 damage.
Alrighty.
And that kick manages to push you back enough that you can feel the wind of her fist as it grazes your chin. The mist swirling around you billows.
Oh my goodness.
Will an 18 hit you?
It matches my AC.
All right. I believe that means it hits. Matching
It
hits,
does,
I believe. Yeah. And as you're like looking up like what is happening right now, you feel a sharp pain between your ribs as a blade sinks in. You take another 8 damage.
I'm fighting Electra. This is crazy.
You say that, and as she pulls the blade back, it is in fact a sigh.
I was fucking kidding!
And she spins it around her finger. How do you feel about that?
I feel like gonna have to hit a bit harder, like I've been doing.
Ooh. All right, your move.
Oh. And for a penny, in for a pound. That one goes right in there. Natural 1!
All right, as you're going for it, her goading has, like, kind of got your goat a bit. As you're punching forward, she ducks to the side, and you punch the pillar that's directly behind her. You take 4 damage as your fist impacts the side of it.
Osmo turns 15.
Yeah, she ducks out of the way of that one as well. And you have 1 more attack.
$18.
Just misses as you nearly connect with that 3rd hit. You catch her hood, and her hood flops back. And she's got this nice long black ponytail that seems to sway with her.
What? Alright, and what does she look like?
She has a very well-manicured brow line. Like, well put together. She has a very nice skeletal structure of her face. You can't see her whole face because the bottom of her face is, like, kind of covered in this, like, Oni-ass mask.
Yep.
But her eyes are a striking gray.
Do I have a chance to say something?
Yeah, it's free action.
I never thought I'd be crossing blades with one of the shadows. I wonder what her name is.
And I guess you'll keep wondering, Smokey. She winks at you. As she ducks out of sight again.
Here we go.
And you can feel the air pressure swish past your side as you know you just narrowly avoided another kick. But a 18 does connect as you are kicked on the back of the legs.
Oh, damn.
And I need you to make an athletics check to stay standing as you take 6 damage from the kick.
18.
You hold your ground. Your knees buckle a little bit, but you're able to stay firm, planted on the ground. Ooh, that's probably not going to stick. Jesus. I rolled a 20 and then a 19, so that'll be a 25 to hit.
Yes.
Yeah. As you're poked once again by a very sharp implement, this time in the side, like you feel it kind of like barely, like it might have reached your kidneys. You're not sure. You just know that it takes 11 points of damage.
Oh, shoot. Yep.
And this time the blade stays in there, and she kind of does like a little cartwheel back. Says, you're sturdy.
Ugh.
I like a stable guy.
Now you should get to know me. I'll dash those thoughts.
As Asmo runs right at her.
All right.
Joke's on you. I'm unstable. Joke's on you. My therapist and me agree.
Go ahead.
9. No.
Yeah, she's gotten in your head, and now she's basically just dancing with you right now.
Perception. How beaten up does she look right now?
What was that?
How beaten up does she look right now?
I'll let you roll that as a free action. Go ahead and give me a perception. I'll let you roll that as a move action, I'll say.
7.
It's very hard to tell because of the mask, but she doesn't look like... I mean, you're not sure how much of this is just her fucking with you is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, she could be very damaged. She could just be, like... She could be just dandy. You're doubting she's just dandy because you know you got some real solid hits in there.
It's true. Can I also?
But she does catch you looking at her, and she gives you like another wink as she's like kind of like swirling away from that punch.
Well, Asmo is. Can I use one of my attacks to activate the warding ring for the first time ever?
Yes, that's a bonus action. So you can use that just as your bonus action for the turn.
I activate the warding ring as I go in for another hit.
All right, what specifically are you? Well, I guess you're warding against bludgeoning.
Yep.
Yeah, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Gotcha.
Yeah, everything she's doing to me. Can I bludgeon for Can I also block for emotional?
I wish, but no, it just does not work that way.
22.
That'll hit.
6 bludgeoning, 4 thunder.
Yeah, she seems to, like, that seems to knock her for a loop as she spins a little bit. She kind of catches herself on the edge of this cistern here. She kind of shakes her head as she's turning around towards your third attack.
And Asmo winks as he goes for 20.
That'll hit.
3 bludgeoning, 1 thunder.
You don't quite catch all of it, but you definitely nail her, like, right in the, like, right against the shoulder. Like, kind of, like, right in the shoulder bone there. And she actually grasps at her arm. Shakes it out a little bit.
And Asmo just kind of can you see the hands under the shroud, or is it just a big misty ball?
When you throw your hands out for the punch, you can see, like, the shape moving out and stuff like that, which is why you're not attacking at an advantage. So, yeah, she can see your arms when you're moving them, because it makes the mist kind of swirl about.
Asmo just kind of puts his hands out and does the whole, like the Nakamura, come on. Come on. And I wink at her.
Come on now. We're having fun.
We really are. And you, like, you can tell she's really enjoying herself. But unfortunately, I think we're at the end of our rope here. As you hear some footsteps coming down. 2 against 1's no fair. She throws her sai towards Garrick.
Oh.
And it connects, getting him square in the chest. Ah! Yeah, it hits him. Yeah, he does not look like he's happy about that. And as you look back towards her, she's got a candle balanced on her foot. Let's play again later, Smokey. She winks, kicks the candle up in the air, and does a backward swan dive into the sewer cistern. The candle lands behind her as she disappears into the water, and the water engulfs in flames.
Damn it. Asmo pulls the sai out of his side.
The handle actually has a the butt end of it has a like a lip kiss, like a lipstick kiss mark on the end.
Damn it.
Oh.
While you're standing in this room, which is beginning to fill with a dark smoke, I want you to make a quick perception check.
Okay. That's an 8.
All right, you don't notice it as the room begins to fill with smoke, but now I need you to make a con check.
No.
Con save, I should say.
That's an 8.
The air begins to feel really weird, like you're walking through molasses.
Oh, no.
Everything around you feels like an action scene in a Zack Snyder movie. Sometimes it's moving really fast, and then it gets slow. And
medical check, was I poisoned?
You can do a medical check, but you certainly don't feel Groot.
20.
Something that you're breathing in. It's the air.
Asmo holds his breath.
All right. Unfortunately, a lot of the effects have already taken in, but you know Garrick is over there somewhere.
So Asmo runs over to Garrick.
Yeah, you'll be able to hold your breath for 15 minutes, but whatever's in your system right now is going to stay there.
Ain't gonna let any more in my system, though.
All right, Garrick is just kind of panting. What is happening? What is this?
Asmo pulls out the sai out of his chest.
All right. Nope, no lipstick mark on this one.
Oh, son of a bitch. She kissed it before she left. The wound in the weapon inside me. It's so weird!
He sneezed on her fist to inflict poison damage.
Asmo picks him up and starts walking him upstairs.
All right, Garrick's eyes look like they're melting out of his face.
His eyes are melting?
Yeah. What's happening? I can't see. That's what it looks like to you.
Gotta get out of here. This smoke is bad. Don't breathe. Hold.
Is what you hear
Asmo
from him.
Strength check to grab him, or
Yeah, give me a athletics check. He's not super heavy, but
9.
boy, he got really big all of a sudden. But he's able to assist you in getting him out of there. Like he'll just kind of like lean on you. It feels like this entire room is wobbling back and forth, and you're starting to hear screams coming from upstairs.
Oh,
as you go up, this smoke billows out and continues to fill up the warehouse. As you go in there, there are people panicking, grabbing the sides of their heads. There are people ripping flesh off their own face in here.
What the?
Things
Got
are
Joker
not
gassed. Oh no.
Yeah, things are not looking good in here, and whatever these fumes are, they are not great. And like it looks like some of the assassins, like some of the guys are just going mad. Like there's a guy that is currently just a guard, just sitting on top of one of the Deadeyes, continually bashing what used to be his face, which is now just a mushy puddle of gunk. With what looks to be that accounting book that you saw.
Oh. Can Asmo grab the accounting book?
If you want to try to get it from this man and still hold Garrick, who is now starting to sway.
Oh no, I gotta get Garrick out of here. That's more important. Asmo tries just going for the door.
All right, you can make it to the back door pretty easily because you're near it.
I kicked that bad boy open with a Sparta kick.
Yeah, give it an athletics check with disadvantage as you are currently feeling like you're standing on a ship in the middle of a
9.
storm. You hit that door, but it turns out it was a mile away from you. Like, you weren't even close to it when you kicked. So you just kind of like slam forward and hit it. Yeah, you just smash it with your forehead.
Asmo's gonna like back up and just run at it with Garrick, essentially. Just bash
All
it
right.
with shoulders.
All right, I'll let you both roll athletics checks then.
15.
And with your forces combined, you slam through that door. And you're out. But there is, like, definitely, you can still hear the panic screams of everybody inside. The world still feels like it's spinning super fast to you. And Garrick is now changing a whole bunch of colors. His eyeballs are back now, but now they're balloons.
Oh, God. Garrick, I gotta go.
Wraith.
The Wraith must go.
He kind of falls asleep where you left him.
Asmo pretty much takes off. Looks around real quick. You know, he's tripping up. He takes off the goes into a shadowy corner. Probably falls into it and takes off the wonderful, lovely Wraith cowl. Or turns it off.
Yeah, luckily you have enough of your wherewithal around you. Just throw up your hood as you switch this thing off, and you just start booking it through the streets. You feel like you're running through molasses, but you're...
Kids?
I will give you a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
As you're running out.
15.
There are like 5 goblins sitting where you left those kids.
Uh-oh. Either I was high then or I'm high now.
Hard to say. But as you run, you keep running. Man, the sky has lots of colors in it. Oh God, they're bats now!
The sky is bats!
The sky is bats!
My one fear!
And you continue to run until you can try to find a safe place to just chill out for a second. Meanwhile, and by meanwhile I mean hours ago, Denier, Wolfgang, T-Wig, you guys are all decked out and gussied up.
Wonder where Osmo is.
I don't know, probably doing something boring.
He's probably
Yeah.
fine.
Definitely not getting the shit kicked out of him by some dead eyes.
Oddly specific.
This is a super silly question. What is the current weather outside?
It is a nice clear sky. We're going back to when Asmo was getting ready to enter there.
Cloudy with a chance of bats.
Yeah, cloudy, chance of bats. Yeah, it's nice clear. It's still kind of twilight out. Sun's still just going down beyond the mountain.
So no clouds.
There's some, like partly cloudy. There's like a little bit of clouds in the sky, but nothing that seems like there'd be a torrential downpour or nothing.
Okay.
Asmo sneezed a lot during the beginning of the mission, by the way.
I wanna. Oh boy, do I want to do this? 10 words. Okay. No, I'm not going to. I'll save it for something else. All right. Sorry.
All right, you guys. It's not being held at his estate as it usually is. This is being held in a park not too far away from basically that dwarven city that you guys have to walk through when you want to teleport. But he's got this place really decked out. Like, there's nice lanterns hanging everywhere. And there's large, like, banquet tables just everywhere with, like, little foods on sticks. You know, party fare. And a lot of people from all over town are just here enjoying it. There's bands playing. and lots of people are just kind of like dancing around those. It's a festival.
The ears on Twig just start freaking out, like flicking around in 1,000 different places.
Yeah, there's lots of lights and colors, and there's sensory, like, this is a whole bunch of sensory shit that you've never dealt with. There's children running around playing, like, looks like they're trying to drag some little paper implement or doodad at the end of a string, and it's just kind of like floating around behind them. Other children are chasing them with sparklers, like little sparks on a stick, and they're trying to light that up, I guess.
Huh.
Welcome
Think
to a
of it-
party.
Think of it like a giant pack gathering for a celebration.
Sadly, we don't do that though.
Different packs have different customs.
I see. We oh gosh, we feel really
I told you you're gonna hate it.
I do, I really do.
At least we're in a park, though.
Yeah.
You can see how the grass tastes. I don't know.
I can't eat anything, Wolfgang.
I'll see if I can find you a pine cone to study or something.
The ears really droop down.
As you're looking around, you see a few familiar faces, some familiar to all of you, some familiar to only some of you. You see Venariel and Lady Tia not too far behind. T-Wig, if you want to give me a quick perception check on Tia.
Can I just use my passive?
What's your passive?
21.
Yes, I'll let you use your passive.
Okay.
That flower you got her is in her hair. She seems to have she seems to have braided around it.
Like that hawk picture, the ears that were down in misery immediately go up immediately.
Let's see. Yeah, they seem to be talking to a few people.
What are they saying?
With your passive perception, you can make out that it's just like polite small talk. Yes, no, thank you. It's a very lovely evening. Yes. Oh, of course, we'd love to hear about your venture. Blah blah blah. Like little, apparently, like she's being talked to by like a local businessman that's looking for assistance in his next venture.
Okay.
She's got the flower.
Well, of course she does. It's a nice gift of you.
Oh. Should I go talk to her?
If you want.
Yes, I do.
And I just start walking towards her.
Yeah, the other people that you see around.
Behind.
Yeah, the other people that you see around the crown, you see Pig, who is actually catering part of this event, is over at kind of like a little smoke shack.
There he is.
He's just handing out like big old globs of meat on a stick. And you can see Xander kind of like wandering around, like off in the back, just shaking hands, talking to people, being a social butterfly. And Hackless is here. You saw him, but you're trying to avoid eye contact.
I figure most of the Whistlestones are here, correct?
So far, you've seen Venariel and Hackless.
Mm-hmm.
But as you approach Lady Tia, she looks to the side and gives like a nice smile to you, T-Wig, and nods to you, Wolfgang. Oh.
Hello.
Very nice to see that you made it here.
Yes, it's very nice to see you as well.
Thank you again for the flower. It was very pretty.
Course. I wanted to get you and the big tall guy stuff that I thought would be like you guys.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it greatly. Thank you so much, T-Wig, and thank you again for assisting us with that little trouble up north.
It was not trouble.
Well, I'm glad you thought of it as such.
This is Sensory Overlord. There's a lot going on here. How are you doing?
Well, this is kind of a normal day for me, I suppose. I do have to remain... Well, let's just say that I'm our family's link to this... to the people. So I have to...
To the people?
Yes, I'm the one that comes out and speaks to everybody, and I'm the public face of our family, so to speak, around the town.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I imagine that this is very different from anything that you might be used to.
I'm gonna stare around at everything and kind of think deep down inside.
There's, you look up as, like, a small wave of colors starts to waft through the sky. Like, it looks like there's a sparkling ball being trailed by a tail that changes colors as it whips around.
We can figure it out, I think.
I grab Wolfgang by the shoulders and just kind of shift him in front of me.
You remember him, right? This is Wolfgang. Isn't he handsome?
Yes, hello, Mr. Connolly. How are you this evening?
I'm doing quite well. Hope the same is true for yourself, ladies here.
About that, would you mind stopping by the throne room tomorrow afternoon, perhaps?
Sure.
There's something we wish to discuss.
I would like to insight Lady Tia as she says that.
Go for it.
9! I'm distracted.
She has a, with all this sensory, like, with all these new things going on around you, like, there's, like, small explosions going off in the sky that lead to very colorful flowers that then disappear. Yeah, with that and her normal demeanor, it's very hard for you to get a read on exactly what she's asking about here.
Just me.
No, I would like your companions as well, if possible. The ones that you went up north with, well, you're here. She points over to you, Denier. How are you this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself?
About as well as I can be at one of Mr. Crowley's festivities.
I can imagine.
Yes. But yes, is your other friend not among you right now, or is he just off getting food?
No, Nasmo, he probably didn't want to show up.
Oh my god, I'm so freaking high!
I spoke to him earlier. He said he'd be a little bit late.
It's just fucking pinballing down an alley.
You know him. He likes to be fashionably late for everything. He has to make an entrance.
What a diva.
Yeah. I'd say at this point the raid is ongoing with you.
What a diva! I smacking a woman in the face with a softball.
Yeah, you just punched her down the stairs right now. Bah!
Dude, you're having a flirt fight with basically your version of Catwoman at this moment.
Hey, she stabbed me a lot. I'm mad at her, even though she's really hot.
I'm rolling my eyes so hard right now. I'm just...
Come on.
But yes, if you wouldn't mind stopping by tomorrow afternoon, that would,
Will it just be you?
It will be myself and my two brothers. I don't believe you've met Bahum yet.
Oh, but I remember the other one.
I assure you, Bahum does not share I assure you that Bahum does not share Horatia's attitudes.
Bahum is a lot like Tia here.
Oh, really? Is he also beautiful?
In a way, I suppose.
Here's the best way that I can describe the three. Twig. Lady Tia is serenity.
Okay.
Horace is passion, whereas King Bahum is more balance. If that helps it just a little bit.
It does a little bit. I know what these things are. I've been doing a lot of reading at night.
And tell me, how has your learning been treating you, T-Wig?
Oh, we're doing okay. There are certain things we do not understand, but other things that we do. It's going okay.
That is wonderful to hear. Where have you been staying? Have you been staying with Mr. Connolly here?
Yes, I have, because I hate Timry.
He's a bit loud, isn't he?
Yeah, sure.
Head turned side to side, shifty. Ow.
She notes that, but's not going to press you.
I've been staying and studying at Wolfgang's place. I've been watching, he's got like a little human. It is called a baby, I have learned this.
Yes.
And I like to watch what it does. And then I have a little garden in the back that's going great. I have a cherry tree currently growing. And on occasion, I like to watch the people who live there sleep. Just, just because I have nothing else to do about it.
Wait, what?
I just pat, like without looking, I just kind of pat Wolfgang on the shoulder and go,
Don't worry about it. It's just, it's for research.
Uh-huh.
And your new outfit, it looks wonderful.
I, wanted to fit in.
Well, you're doing quite well.
Oh, thank you.
With your passive perception, you have noticed that a lot of people have stopped to, like, really look at you a lot, especially children.
oil sweat.
Huh? Good thing it's black, I suppose. As it drips down onto the...
Oh no, your father's suit, I'm sorry.
It'll smell a little bit less like him now.
Well, I suppose I best be making the rounds. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, and possibly later tonight. I'm not sure how long we'll be sticking around here, but the duty is as the duty does.
Do try to have some fun.
Oh, I will. You have a wonderful night as well, T-Wig. Mr. Connolly. Mr. Highwind. She kind of nods her head. She nods her head to you.
Lady Tia.
She kind of clasps her hands as she goes and meets the next person. Like, oh, Lady Tia. Oh, yes, hello.
She's really nice. I like her.
Yeah. She's probably the most approachable of the three.
Mm.
You hear a voice. Ah, you made it! Wonderful! As a, possibly drunk Xander Crowley approaches you.
Mr. Crowley.
Yes, hello, Mr. Connolly. How are you doing tonight? And you? Mr. Denier? And
Pleasure to meet you.
You must be...
Hello, I am T-Wig. It is nice to meet you.
T-Wig, of course. Yes, I've heard much about you. Yes.
From who?
Your creator. He keeps spouting nothing but great things.
Oh, great.
Yes, I wanted to meet with you personally. He's, said so many great things. I just can't imagine. Wow, look at you.
I want to do a medicine check to see if this guy's drunk.
Go ahead.
19.
He's probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, he's definitely had some.
I'm going to grab him by the face, gently, not like just...
Here, whoa, okay.
And I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on him. Try and remove the drunkenness.
Well, okay, what are we doing here? Okay.
Do you feel better?
I mean, I guess that depends on what better means.
You are no longer poisoned. I saved you.
He's just sort of trying not to crack up over there.
There's plenty of time for that anyway, I suppose. What a miraculous... I wish I would have you for the morning after, frankly.
Oh, why?
Because trust me, it feels much worse the day after. It's a long-lasting poison.
Oh, that's awful.
Yes, tell me about it. He snaps his fingers and a guy with a tray walks up and he takes a glass off of it. Terrible for you. Starts taking a couple of sips. Anybody else?
I'm good. T-Wig, This is Mr. Xander Crowley. His family.
Oh,
is in
yes,
charge
pardon
of
me.
The agriculture in the area.
Where are my manners? I am terribly sorry. Yes, Xander Crowley. Very nice to meet you.
Crowley.
Yes, my family's been around here for many generations. Many generations.
I'm gonna stare at him.
Is there something on my face? Kind of gives off a coy smirk.
They're not gone.
Who are not gone?
Kind of shake my head.
Nothing. It's fine. It is nice to meet you. What is agriculture?
Oh, agriculture. Well,
Can I insight T-Wig real quick to see what that was?
yeah, go for it.
14.
T-Wig, go ahead and roll deception, I guess, if you want to hide what you were going for.
For sure. Where is deception? Oh no! 12, damn.
Ah, Wolfgang reads something into you there.
It's almost like an automated response.
Yeah, she was kind of surprised that she saw somebody who looks like Crowley here.
Hmm.
Well, agriculture is growing food from the land in order to feed all the people of this wonderful kingdom. My
Really?
family has... Yes, my family has tracts and tracts of land, and we provide, well, nearly all the food for this kingdom.
With plants? Like lots of plants?
Yes, plants, animals. what
Rabbit
have
Does
you.
that need to grow? Like a lot?
Yes, they do need to grow quite a bit.
Oh,
I started like dance in place.
I have an ability that helps with this. I can show you, but I need like 8 hours to do it, and that is like a long time.
That is a long time.
But it could be really helpful if you would like.
I would love that, T-Wig. If you could make my crops grow quicker, well, that would just make everything better for everybody. We could provide more food for more people all across this land.
Yes. Oh, we like this a lot. Thank you. We'll talk about this. I guess I don't know really how does this work?
I turned to Wolfgang.
I think it's something to figure out at a later date.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk to me,
T-Wig will be staying at the Connolly estate.
Oh, well, wonderful. Then I know exactly where to look for you.
Mm.
Look at us. Putting this country together while those up high try to subjugate it. Power comes from the ground up. You know that. We feed the people. Oh, don't tell me you haven't at least thought about it. I mean, at your own awards ceremony... I'm sorry, I don't mean to get into politics, but it has to bother you a little. At your own award ceremony, the king, God King Bahum, referred to you, the heroes who ended their 1,000-year-old spat with those in the north. He referred to you as boys. Just
I'm
sickens
sure
me.
it's just a turn of phrase.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's not exactly how they look at us. Were you here for that crazy little light show they had the other day?
The latter half of it.
We were up towards the forward barrow whenever it happened.
And yet, no doubt word out there was still the same. That beacon of light was probably seen all the way up to Mitternacht itself. Beacon of light spitting straight out of the top of Platinum Peak. And then...
the inside of what that was.
Well, if you want my opinion, I think it's just a route. I just think it's a light show. A show of force, of subjugation. Because what happened moments later? But the giant golden worm of Bahum swooping down and landing on top of the palace. It's a show of force. letting us all know down here who's in charge.
I don't
They're
think
scared.
so.
Something tells me that's not it.
Because Bahum was up in Silver Rock dealing with the celebrations between the peace treaty between the North and the South. Why would he want to potentially interrupt the peace treaty talks just to come back and prove power in the capital?
You see, that's just the thing. That summit isn't for another week. He's been up there preparing. Or has he? Maybe he's just been off, letting the people stir, letting them get together, letting all of us gather in the streets and... Then he shows up like he did and puts the fear back in them. They're afraid of the shifting of tides. They may be eternal. But the people... Oh, I'm sorry, did I...
Eternal. That is funny.
It is a very long time, I know, but to them, I don't know what time is.
Well,
My great-great-grandfather was around when this kingdom was established, and Bahum doesn't look a single day older from them as far as I'm concerned.
yes, but all things great and small die.
Exactly. But what I'm getting at is leadership. The people decide who's in charge, who to follow. And I don't think the dragons want the people to decide at all. I think they have too much at stake, too much
Surely
power
they're-
to lose.
Surely there are representatives to the people that are in the king's court.
Speaking as one of those representatives, what power do you believe we have? He's just kind of like flicking like dirt out from his thumbnails and stuff, like fingernails.
You keep your ear to the ground. You let the people's voice be heard by the royalty. They make their decisions based on what they hear from you.
And what if the people don't want to follow a lizard? Oh, good, your other friend's not here yet. I guess that's not offensive to anybody around.
Shoot.
Yeah, you sneeze and a bat flies out of your nose.
He said he'd be arriving late.
I'm sorry, I've probably taken up enough of your time.
I do have one thing. One idea, one suggestion that may be of benefit to you, Xander.
Yes? And what would that be,
Up
Mr.
north,
Highwind?
I've seen where things don't grow up north at all. The closest that they have to any kind of agriculture is close to the maw. Ice and cold seem to dominate that country. If
Dreadful place.
If you were to extend your trade routes, you could not only do them a great deal of good by bringing fresh supplies to them, you could also extend your, how do you say, your reach far to the north. Could
This
be an
is-
idea.
This is something I've put some stock into, but hearing it from a well-studied individual such as yourself puts a little bit more merit to it. Thank you.
Cold Reach is a good trading town.
Cold Reach. I'll have to find a suitable emissary to head up there for communication.
I would advise it. Good people. fantastic people, but the environment is just unsuitable for any kind of agriculture. They rely heavily on dairy just to get by day to day, apart from what they can get in trade.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you all enjoy the festivities. And, T-Wig, we'll be in touch about the crops.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't either.
You said you had animals. If I help you, can I see these animals?
Of course, you can see as many of them as you'd like.
Oh, I like this.
We have cows, we have chickens, we have oxen, we have pigs, whatever you wish to see. In fact, if there's anything you wish to see, just as a service for helping me with the crops, I can see what we can bring in.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'll try not to overwhelm you.
I grabbed Daenerys, just gonna shake him like enthusiastically, like I'm about to see my favorite movie. Just like, shaking him.
Yeah, I knew you'd like Xander. He's a good person. He's a good friend to have.
Oh, good. I'm very happy.
Oh, just wait till you see his farms.
I'm surprised you would have missed them coming in.
T-Wig was born here.
I never have really... Well, yeah.
Well, yes, I understand that, but I mean returning to town from the north.
That character we teleported, right?
Yes.
So yeah, we wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows that.
Well, kind of, tired and stuff, and a lot on the mind, and there was like a big thing, and
Of course. Well, enjoy your evenings.
Same to you.
I have to go repoison myself, as it were.
No. I say
Yeah, yes, he says, grabbing another glass off a tray.
Oh,
He
sheesh.
continues walking. Fare thee well.
Farewell to you.
You said Pig was here, right?
Yeah, he's at a little shack that, like, there's some smoke coming out of it, and he's just handing out like big globs of meat. Looks like shawarma, basically.
Nice.
Asmo, it's at about this time that if you had recovered enough, you might have found your way here. But he didn't.
Oh well.
Yeah, he's I think he stepped away for a sec. Anyway, go ahead and
I would like to go over to Meat House. I'd like to look at Tanir and Wolfgango.
I would like to do something over at the meat house super fast.
Right. What?
I'll be back in like 2 seconds, maybe like 5 minutes, but...
Sorry, I apologize. You cut out. Did you be talking to me?
Oh yeah, I was saying at about this time, if you had you would have gotten probably enough time to recover. Like, you're still not feeling 100%, but you might have been able to get dressed and get down here by this point.
Asmo gets home, switches his clothes, like bandages up his side wound, puts that sty beside his table with a kiss on it, and have it examined by his forensic scientists.
Of course.
Yes. So Asmo, he's on his way. So whenever you want him to show up, he can show up.
All right. T-Wig, you're heading over to the meat house. You notice there's a sign on the table that says, The Meat Shack.
It's the meat shack.
No!
Meat shack, baby, meat shack.
He's got big...
Wow.
I don't have any concepts of lines, so I'm gonna just push my way to the front, in front of Pig.
Oh, you got some patience there, hello.
Hello, Pig, how are you?
I'm doing good, little Chinese friend. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. Are you making lots of coin with your stall?
Oh yeah, Mr. Crowley's paid real good. He bought lots of meat and provided lots of it too. Got some plenty down back at the meat house. This is just a meat shack.
Okay. I wanted to pay you back for, putting a thing on my food and setting it on fire for the day of my birth.
Oh yeah, it's your birthday, right?
Yeah, it made me feel really included, and I really appreciate that. So, I kind of want to pay you back for this. So if you'd like, I could maybe make it so lots of people come here.
Oh, well, Hey, I got lots of meats and shit you give them out there. If you'd like to bring these peoples over here, then I'd like to give them meat.
Okay.
I will turn to the sky. I'm gonna cast Skywrite.
Pig's just looking at you. What's happening?
So
You start.
while the spell lasts, the clouds take the form of up to 10 words you choose. A strong wind can blow the clouds away early, or they dissipate naturally when the spell ends. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have it say, "Come to the meat stall, salty, savory, satisfying."
Yeah, basically, as you're like pointing up into the sky, raising your hands up there, the seams of your armor all begin to glow that bright blue green. Well, that's real pretty. And then he looks up and he sees the message. Oh, look at that! Your clouds is really in strange shapes today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mark all the eyes with hearts, by the way.
Wow, what are the odds of that happening? That's crazy.
Yeah, nature sure is wacky. Anyway, I hope things go well for you. We'll probably be back when Ismo gets here, because you know him, he's an obligate carnivore. You know how they are there.
I do. People likes meat and he likes meat lots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Kinda-
out of a person's way now, because there's probably someone waiting.
Yeah, you basically shoved a kid out of your way and you slammed his face straight into the mud.
I'm so sorry, but T-Wig's gonna walk away.
You want a meat popsicle, kid?
Yeah.
There you go. Hands him what looks to be like a bunch of sausage links wrapped in a, kind of in that spiral lollipop fashion on a stick. Kid walks away nomming on it.
Right, I will rejoin Denier and Wolfgang.
You'd rejoin him as Asmo's coming in, kind of brushing himself off. His eyes, by the way, are dilated as fuck.
Hey,
He looks tweaked.
Hey, how's it going, guys? How are you? Just kind of touches Deer's face.
He's really soft.
You got really, you got a really good fur trim. This
Got both hands
Medicine
rubbing
check
his face
immediately.
now.
I need an adult. And there's
So-
no adults in this city.
I'm like 6 days old.
Beans.
Wolfgang with that 6 medical check. There's something up with Asmo, but you're not sure. He might have done some drugs.
You fucking high right now?
No, I'm not hiding. I'm here with
Well,
you
he's
all
right
night.
here. He's on
Yeah.
ground level. He's fine.
Yeah, I'm quite.
Asmo Snake Man, have you been doing drugs?
So what did I
Says in a
miss?
stern fatherly tone.
Well, what's been going on here? Is that the meat shack? I'm so hungry.
So just walks.
Yeah, there's like all the smoke emanating out of the meat house, meat shack right now. It's like a rainbow and it drags you toward it. Like, you feel like you're in a cartoon and you're floating towards it as if you just smelled a delicious pie, but you're just walking.
He's imagining that in his head, but he's actually just rolling on the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
see, it's
definitely
like he's-
done something.
He's being
He
like
is
a
gonna
real
make
snake.
us-
He's on the ground. He's on the ground. He's a
He's
snake.
gonna make us look like fucking assholes.
Hello there, pig. I'm sorry. Hey. I know there's a line, but I really want it badly right now, pig. And if you give this to me, I'll give you whatever you want. Give me meat.
All right, you can have. He slaps an entire ham on the table. Pff, want one of these?
Yes, put it on my tab.
He's like puts it in his mouth and starts sucking on it like it's a sucker.
Yeah, you have like enough edge of the bone at the end. It's like an anime meat stick.
Yeah. Flint's gonna get like a motherfucker right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Asmo comes back. He's just got.
So what have I missed? Has the party been wild?
I looked at Wolfgang and Denier. I have no gauge of this.
What did you say, Denier? Fashionably late?
Something like that.
Right.
How come there's 3 kinds of meat? Pork, ham and bacon, but they're all from the same animal. Shouldn't it just all be pig meat?
That's more of a question for Pig.
Some different parts of the animal.
What?
The ham is real good.
Aspen's just like licking it like a lollipop.
What do we do now?
Well, I know what I want to do. Daenerys going to walk off a little bit, off to the side.
Daenerys gonna fucking leave.
Just walks away. Oh, okay.
I know what I'm going to do. Bye.
Okay. What are you up to, Daenerys?
Daenerys going to find like a group of children, and he's going to try to tell a story, like a kid's story, like a kid's entertaining story. But as he tells the story, he's going to use major image to actually create a representation of the main character as he tells the story. And the main character is going to go through and mimic exactly what he's saying. Now, this isn't going to be a scary story like the kids love. This is just going to be a normal, everyday.
We'll figure out what kind of story it is once you roll. But let's get a persuasion check or a performance check to get as many people as you can in on it.
Asmo grabs Wolfgang by the shoulder.
Daenerys going right towards those goblins. Goblins are bad. Goblins.
What did you
Goblins.
yourself with?
I tell you.
Should I help him?
Yeah, he just blows a lot of air in your face, Wolfgang.
Yesmo.
I grab him and I look at him directly.
One of his eyes looks at you, then the other one.
It's like he's licking the hand.
Yesmo, do you want me to help you?
Cool. I like you. You're a good chap, girl. Ding ding. Just hit some hits.
I'm not a girl, I am T-Wig, but thank you. Do you want me to help you, yes or no?
Yeah, heal me.
Alright, I am gonna heal him. I'm gonna do level 1 cure wounds.
Alright.
You healed for 11.
You can feel the puncture wounds all over you start to heal up, and some of your bones start to fuse back together.
Thank you. That feels good.
And then for the other thing.
Goodbye, my last level 2 spell slot. That's a restoration.
And as T-Wig glows, all of a sudden, all of the colors and weird blurs around you start to refocus. And you're standing in front of T-Wig, just feeling normal, and you got a big old ham sticking out of your mouth.
Oh. Whoa.
I pat him. I just give him a little pet.
Thank you, T-Wig. Oh my god. Oh, good. Ham.
Good.
What's going on? What's happening?
You're at a party. You're on drugs.
And you see a bunch of children gathering around Daenerys because his roll of 20 for performance has really garnered the attention. And some of the parents in town know that you're a reputable dealer of stories. And they start bringing their children over.
Yeah.
All right, and you guys can continue your conversation. I'm going to have Daenerys roll for me real quick another performance check to tell the story.
Okay. 19.
All right. Now you begin telling your tale, the tale of... Let's see, what would be a good tale to tell the children? Do you have one in mind? Just a basic story. I'm assuming it's one that happened to you.
It would either be something that happened to me, or it would be a story that my father told me of the Southern Islands.
All right, you start telling them the tale of the Hermit of the Hexwood.
Okay.
And her many fluffy cats.
No.
And you have you have images of, you have illusions of cats jumping around throughout the crowd. and you do your best impersonation of Daniel Peaches as he sits in front of you, twitching his tail.
Major image, they smell, they can make voices, they can make audio, they can make everything. They look exactly real, but touch. So Daniel Peaches can actually talk to people.
Oh yeah, so you basically use his voice to tell part of the story to the kids, and you bounce back and forth off him in a little comedic gag that the kids laugh, and even some of the parents find charming.
Yeah, this is major image. This is a 3rd level spell. Actually, let me go ahead and click it for you just to be safe. There we go. It's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, you tell the tale, and the children are really happy because they like the animal stories. They're fairly young children that you managed to gather around. Meanwhile, you three can continue your conversation now that Asmo is sober.
No, what I remember, you know how I go out and do my little, forgive me, that movie's really good. I'm really hungry. You know how I go out and do my little solo wax at night every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I did that tonight. And I bumped into someone. I don't know her name, but she's one of the shadows of Dead Eyes. One of the higher ups.
Shadows, is that like higher ups or something?
It's like the ranking they give themselves to identify their skill level, and she was a complete. Asmo kind of like blushes a little bit. She was very interesting to fight, to say the least. But she lit some trap that just filled the entire place with smoke as she got away. And the smoke made everyone go insane. I got out and I got Garrick out as well. And then but some people were just brutalizing each other. It's hard to even describe.
We already fought with him before. Or that guy when we were captured by who.
That wasn't a shadow, man. That was just one of their agents. He was tough. And cut from granite with an 8-pack, but hey. And that wasn't a shadow. I don't know what her name is. Black hair. If I ever see her again, I'll recognize her. Her eyes, they were gray.
What color? Like a very shallow gray.
Kind of a light slate gray.
Like a light gray.
Like a kind of like fractal blue patterns in it.
And she stabbed me with one of her weapons. I had it, and she,
Asmo blushes again,
kissed it.
Their narrow eyes a little bit.
What is it?
I'm gonna roll an insight on Asmo.
what is it?
A kiss is something you do to show affection. Most of the time.
What is it, though?
It's where, you see my yellow things on my face here?
Yes.
You say I really like someone. And I want to show that affection. I just go up and mwah, we put them together.
Oh. It's a sneak thing, I see.
No, you should really make sure that they want the kiss. It's an important thing.
Okay.
I scratch the top of my head.
I thought you said sneak thing, not snake thing. Sorry, you were cutting out.
Yeah, the connection's a little weird right now. I'm sorry. It'll be better on the podcast audio.
Twig scratches their head.
It's for everyone, not just the
Not just for snakes?
No, for everyone. Like Asmo, the snake, and Tanir, he could like someone, he'll kiss them, and Wolfgang here probably kissed his wife.
Meanwhile, Wolfgang's staring at you quizzically with a 22 in insight.
Ooh.
Let's see. What are you trying to gauge from him right now?
I'm trying to see if he's got the hots for this dead-eye lady.
All right, Asma, are you trying to play it off as if you don't?
Asmo's just confused. He's never fought someone like that. Asmo doesn't know. He's just like, that was weird. It's a weird fight.
Yeah, you get that read from him that's just like, he doesn't know how he feels about this. She, like, they kicked each other's ass, like they Mr. and Mrs. Smithed it, but there was like some weird tension there that he doesn't know what to make of.
Well, first of all, I'm glad you're safe.
Thanks.
Secondly, was anybody else involved in this?
And Garrick, as I said, and a bunch of guardsmen. That's about it.
Involved with the raid? They inhaled the smoke too?
Yeah, they all did. That's why I left. I had to.
Are they okay?
I don't know. I dragged Garrick out as far as I could, and I had to leave before more guards showed up.
All right.
Whatever they were using, whatever that smoke was, everyone went mad. I'm talking full on. Riot, just anger and rage and madness. Like if I was in that for any longer, I don't know what would have happened. The second I realized what I inhaled, I held my breath. But God, if you inhale enough of it.
Do people need help, Asmo? Are they still in danger?
You gotta avoid that place. The guards will take care of it. It's an active crime scene, as Garrick says.
Oh, okay.
I only had a little bit. If Garrick isn't feeling better, I may ask you to heal him, but you have to keep my involvement on the down low. It's a lie, essentially. An omission.
Asmo,
Yeah.
I don't breathe. Are people trapped in there?
I don't know. It's
How long has it been since then? Or does Asmo even have a good gauge of time?
You don't really. Like,
No.
you're not sure how long it's been because time was so weirdly dilated to you while it was going on.
maybe we'll have to
We're-
see.
We're far away enough that we wouldn't see like smoke billowing out into the sky, would we?
Make a perception check. I'll say that T-Wig's passive perception is not enough.
19.
You don't see any smoke out there. At least, like, I mean, there's been fireworks going off, so there is, like, smoke drifting in the sky right now. But you can't see, like, it doesn't look like there's plumes of smoke coming from anywhere.
Hmm.
If anybody else wants to try to make a look at it.
I'll try. 12.
Yeah, your passive perception wasn't going to make it, so this probably won't.
18 won't either.
Yeah, Asma, you know the direction to look, but you don't see it from here. There's kind of trees in the way, so... And you know you left that window open. You remember that, so there definitely would be smoke billowing out that way, but you are far enough away and kind of up a hill that too much shit might be in the way for you to see. But there's no clear indicator.
Is Denier still doing his thing?
Yeah, Denier tells the story to the children, and they're all laughing and having fun, and while the night may not be the best of nights for everybody, at least some people are having a good night, and you know what? This town kind of needs that. And that's where we'll end the session.